Right, welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be listening to Humbug by the Arctic Monkeys. This is an album that neither of us have heard, so we're both kind of going in a bit raw. So, yeah, it should be a fun reaction.
Yeah, a lot of people recommended it.
Yeah, we asked if we should skip to the next one that I have heard, or just go to Humbug, and the streets were saying Humbug, so
That's
you got
what's
to give
happening.
the people what they want.
100%. Alright. Without further ado, into track number 1, My Propeller.
If you can summon the strength, tell me I can't hold down the urgency, and have a spin of my propeller. It's a necessary evil. No cause for emergency. Borrowed the beak off a bald eagle. Oh, momentary synergy. When are you arriving? My propeller won't spin, and I can't get started on my own. When are you arriving? My propeller.
Definitely felt like an intro, I'd say.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well, because it took really to the outro before it started getting going,
Yeah,
in my
exactly.
opinion.
It was kind of steady. And I liked the simple bass guitar riff that was just the whole way through. Like,
Yeah,
simple but effective.
gave it a darker tone, I would say.
Yeah, definitely in the chorus, when like at the end of each chorus,
Mm.
they went like really like minor and like almost dissonant
Mm.
with the chords. Like, it was a bit unexpected for sure, but definitely a little darker turn. Maybe it's going to be a darker album, who knows. I mean, Humbug's just a negative turn in general.
Yeah, not
It's
really,
just kind of pitiful, isn't it?
really a very widely used term anymore, though.
No, but I'm pretty sure that's what I get from it.
Yeah.
Just like kind of pity. It's just like, oh, pity. Which is also not widely used now, but
Mm.
same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's Christmas related, this album.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the only lyrics that really gave me any sign of what it might be about is kind of like, I mean, the simple "my propeller won't spin,
It was,
can't get a start on my own." It's almost like it could be in relationship to the band.
yeah,
You know?
it's quite an
He's
abstract.
lost ideas, like Alex has lost ideas, and he needs the band to help him out.
Yeah, quite an abstract
But yeah.
song in general, really. It
But I
wasn't
think that's what makes it feel like an intro, because it's not really
not
telling
giving
everything, it's just giving a little insight.
too much away.
Yeah.
Just its propeller won't spin, whatever that might mean.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost like what keeps you going. That's what I get from it. Just
Yeah.
your energy and what keeps you pushing every day. So, on to track number 2, Crying Lightning.
Outside the cafe by the cracker factory, you were practicing a magic trick. Your pastimes consisted of the strange and twisted and deranged, and I loved that little game you had called Crying Lightning, and how you like to aggravate the ice cream man on rainy afternoons. The next time that I caught my own reflection, it was consisted of the strange, and twisted and deranged. And I ate that little game you had called Crying Lightning. Crying Lightning. Crying Lightning. Crying Lightning. Your pastimes consisted of the strange and twisted and deranged. And I ate that little game you had called Crying.
I say I preferred that song to the first song by quite a distance.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed like this distorted like farty bass at the start. You
Yeah,
know?
I feel like a lot of it's been very bass prominent. They've
Yeah.
kind of kept it quite simple in that sense. Like, there's not actually an awful lot of melody going on, but I
Yeah.
kind of think that kind of goes with the fact that it's just darker in general.
Yeah, and then I like the rhyme scheme they had at the start of the chorus. You know, where it's like consisted and twisted rhymed, and then strange
Yeah.
and deranged.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That sounded quite nice. I think that was cool. And you can tell this is when they started to get a bit more abstract, because obviously we've listened to the car,
Yeah.
and in that, like, the lyrics are very tough to decipher, like what they actually
Yeah, I
mean.
feel like instrumentally they haven't gone too far off of previous stuff. Although it's
Yeah.
darker, but I think that's more of a concept thing.
Yeah,
And it might not be dark throughout, obviously. But to be fair, it's called Humbug, so we'll find out. But yeah,
Yeah.
lyrically definitely is a bit more creative.
yeah, like the storytelling in the first, especially the first album, is so like clear. Like the meaning of every song was slapped you in the face, basically.
Yeah,
Whereas
exactly.
it's starting to go more in that direction of being a bit more,
Like hidden messages.
a lot of
yeah.
metaphors and like imagery of various abstract concepts, I feel.
Yeah. But yeah, it does make it hard to kind of decipher
The meaning, yeah.
who he's talking about, who's had a strange and deranged pastime. Like,
Yeah. Crying
seems all
lightning.
very
And there was like a lot
extreme.
of like sort of like medieval stuff in like the first verse about like coming up to your throne or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, getting on to track number 3, Dangerous Animals.
Pinned down by the dark.
Bit faster already.
Been fighting with my sheets and nearly crying in my sleep. Yes, I'm battling that well-told gripe, the most frustrating type. You should have racing stripes, the way you keep me in pursuit. Sharpen the heel of your boot, and you press it in my chest, then you make me wheeze, then to my knees you do promote me. I'm pinned down by the dark. A-N-I-M-A-L makes my head pirouette. More than I would be willing to confess. D-A-N-G-R-O-U-S. I'm pinned down by the dark. I'm pinned down by the dark. D-A-N-G-R-O-U-S-A-N-I-M-A-L.
Alright, well, I think there's one thing we've learned from this. They are good at spelling.
Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't really a fan of the spelling. I found it
No,
a
I found it a bit...
bit grating.
I don't want to be annoying, but a bit cringe.
Yeah,
I don't want to be typical and say that, but it's just how I feel. And I don't even get cringed out that easily, but...
yeah. No,
It's a bit-
it wasn't really landing for me personally.
I mean, I liked the bridge at the end,
Yeah,
when the drums start getting faster and there's some harmony, but...
yeah.
Yeah, overall, definitely the low points so far. Only been 3 songs, though, but...
I feel like I did manage to pick up on the meaning. I feel like this one was about sexy time.
Yeah, for sure, to some extent. But it's interesting how he says he's pinned down by a dangerous animal, and then later on says he's pinned down by the dark. So the dark is the dangerous animal. So it's like just general nighttime is like danger.
I feel like it's been long enough now. Let's make a mess.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think we all know what that's in reference to.
Yes.
You naughty, naughty. But yeah, for me, it wasn't a particularly strong song overall.
And unless the first and second tracks are sort of actually about a girl in some way, like My Propeller, the girl is his propeller, I don't know, then it makes sense. But if not, then I feel like it is a bit random.
Do you think the propeller could be in reference to his chopper?
You'd hope not. You really would hope not. On to the next track number 4, Secret Door. They love rhyming the tracks, then.
Bars.
This already sounds a bit
It's a bit like goofy, like
and carry on for waiting eyes that you would rather be beside than in front of. But she's never been the kind to be hollowed by the steps.
still a lot of just bass guitar.
There's absolutely nothing for us here. I wasn't noticed. I'm completely occupied as all the fools on parade cavort and carry on for waiting eyes. Ones you would rather be beside than in front of. Cause she's never been the kind to be hollowed by the stars. Fools on parade, frolic and fuck about to make a gauge. Turn to a scribble on a page by a picture that holds her absence. But you'd have to think she'd care along.
Yeah, thoughts on Secret Door then?
I mean, it was seeming a bit like it was lacking instrumental change until right at the end, and it actually sort of picked up heavy and actually got quite grand.
Yeah.
All the harmonies, all the like new added chords with the guitar. Like it was quite nice towards the end, but I wasn't feeling the whole song.
No, me neither, to be honest. So far, I feel like this album is not really bringing too much emotion out of me at the moment.
I think that's what it is.
I feel like that's what good music should do. Like
Yeah.
their first two albums are like very fun to listen to.
Yeah,
like,
of
I have a
course.
lot of fun.
Yeah, because like even then, like with the grand instrumental at the end, like that definitely sounds like they're trying to make it emotional. But
Yeah.
then the lyrics, I don't know if they're really matching it
Yeah.
because I don't really know what they even mean straight away. So
Exactly.
it's like I can't really feel the emotion.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the chorus in general it just lacks that kind of catchy factor. Really,
Yeah.
it's quite long drawn out. It's not the most obvious chorus. Whereas you know, like you want a chorus to be very clearly a chorus. I feel like in a big song from any band.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, almost like another verse.
Yeah.
It feels like. So it's a bit of a tough one.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like when you wrap all the meaning in the lyrics up too much in all these convoluted metaphors, it can kind of make it harder to draw out emotion. And then it really relies on the delivery of whatever you're saying.
Yeah.
And even that, at the moment,
It's a bit
slow. It's a bit like, I'm singing.
and it's kind of
singing
too similar to what he's done before, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're going to change the... I'm not telling him what to do, he's a massive... they're a massive band, I'm not saying like that, but I feel like to change the way that you're writing, I feel like you also have to change the way you deliver it. You can't just change one, otherwise it's just a complete mismatch. Because it's the old delivery, but with the new writing.
Yeah.
And the old delivery I associate with, you know, fun beats... not beats, but fun instrumentals, upbeat stuff.
Yeah, and like kind of
lyrics that are catchy.
tongue-in-cheek lyrics.
Yeah, tongue-in-cheek lyrics. But now all that association just loses its value because the lyrics really aren't weighing up. So yeah, it's a tough one really. But you can definitely feel like I feel like it's a transition album for sure. Like it's definitely a phase where they were just learning what they wanted to do, and that's fair enough. Like sometimes you have to learn by producing stuff. You can't just learn it away from everyone and away from all your fans and then come back and be perfect. Like sometimes you just gotta put it out.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Happened with like Tyler the Creator, like he dropped Cherry Bomb, which was like very unpopular, but you can start to see where like Flower Boy and Igor
and they
came
were
from
brilliant
in
for
that.
most
So
people's.
you do need the artistic evolution.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
in
most
that
people
sense,
like them. So.
that's fair enough. But at the moment, this album's just kind of falling a bit flat for me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Humbug fans.
On to track number 5, Potion Approaching.
I was biting the time zone, and we embellished the banks of our bloodstreams, and threw caution to the colourful. I then we fell asleep in the car until the bumps woke me up in your grip, and the tide took me to your mouth. Yours is the holy ocean.
Thoughts on Potion Approaching?
I think similar sort of general analysis in terms of the structure until the end. I think
I feel like there was a bit more
too formulaic, but then at the end with
going
the bridge, then I was a bit like, oh, this is different. So I feel like they need to pick up a bit earlier. And like,
a lot of them they've kind of been freeing themselves a bit more toward the outro.
Yeah, it's like they've just splashed out the 2 verses in a formulaic form, and then what should we do now to make it interesting? It's like you need to make the whole thing interesting.
Yeah.
So
that's what we praised about the Strokes, wasn't it? It's like how throughout the whole song everything's constantly changing and evolving.
Even in the first 30 seconds before Julian even starts singing, a lot of the time it changed. So it's tough to compare it. I'm not gonna lie.
And there was a bit they mixed up a bit. There was some like backing vocals on the chorus.
And that's when it picked up.
Yeah.
But I think the chorus once again was a bit flat, and obviously not every chorus has to be a hit chorus. I mean that's not always the intention, but it's too close to a verse to be like a proper chorus in my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like they've got to pick it up just a bit more.
Yeah, give a bit more energy, a bit more enthusiasm on it.
A lot of it is also his vocal range as well. He's not using it much, and I feel like what he might be thinking is, to make it dark and stuff, I need to stay within a certain range, stay low down. But it gets it just stays the same. You can be dark and still raise your pitch, basically like The Weeknd does it all the time. A lot of his darkest songs when he's actually like singing really high pitch.
Yeah, and Radiohead are quite good at doing that as well, whereas like this it sounds like he doesn't care, and if he doesn't care, why should I care? Do you know what I mean? That's what I always feel like.
But there's still differences, and that's the key. Like if it was they were trying to do the same thing that they would have done and it was bad, that would be a lot more worrying. Do you know what I mean? That is a positive thing. Yeah. At least they're trying to progress, and clearly, evidently from what we've heard in the car, they've progressed in terms of what they were trying to do over time. So, and arguably, not that I've heard their other albums, but obviously I've heard that albums like AM are completely different as well compared to their early stuff. Well, different to this as well, I reckon.
From this, you can start to see the evolution toward like AM, because AM's kind of, I don't want to ruin it too much because obviously we're going to listen to it, but it's a bit sort of, some of the tracks is a bit like darker, a bit slower, but they pull it off much more effectively than that.
But that's what I'm saying. That's a positive thing. Like, just because they might have fallen lower by trying something new, sometimes you got to fall lower to eventually be higher. So
I think
one of those things.
Obviously, there's more of this album to go. There could still be some gems in there, but I think we might have to put this down to being the sort of awkward pubescent years of the Arctic Monkeys. Exactly. What they go through there.
Yeah, it's almost like with anything, when you're trying to adjust, sometimes you overshoot and then you finally find the average. Like a lot of times,
Yeah.
I can't give a good example, but you'll be too low on something if it's a scale, and then you'll go too far to the other extreme, and then you'll finally find the middle. I feel like that's kind of what they're doing.
Yeah.
On to track number 6, Fire and the Thud.
Aggressive. My room's down there.
Feels different already.
Quite like this intro.
You showed me my tomorrow beside a box of matches, a welcome threatening stare. My hopes of being stolen might just ring true, depends who you prefer. If it's true you're gonna run away, tell me where, I'll meet you there. Will the teasing of the fire be followed by the thud? In the jostling crowd, you're not allowed to tell the truth. In the photo booth is a liar. With things they never see, if it's met them in the
I feel like that one showed a bit of potential at the start, but then kind of failed to lift off, really.
You reckon? I feel like it did lift off a bit towards the end. I mean, with the guitars coming in. Do you reckon?
Still just a bit flat for me.
No, I honestly think it was definitely better in the sense that the instrumental was at least different
True.
and did match the lyrics more, I think, personally.
Mm.
Even, at the start especially, when it first came in, I was like, okay, this is better. I think they did stay on it a bit long, but towards the end, then the guitars came in and it widened up a bit.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely a better result of what they're trying, for sure.
I guess for me, I probably find that Arctic Monkeys songs really do sort of live and die by Alex Turner.
Yeah,
and I
agree. Yeah.
His vocals can make or break the song. I feel like the instrumentals are always going to be quite consistently sort of good to, like, above average to great in that sort of range. They're never going to be terrible. So what sets them apart really is Alex Turner, and I think on this one again he kind of just was just a bit flat for me.
Yeah, no. I guess, the improvement I see was with the instrumental, to be honest, just matching him more. But
Yeah.
there's no doubt that he could do more. And I mean, lyrically, I feel like we're getting something from this, obviously. It's about a breakup, and this girl is just rent-free in his head. Like, he's just seeing that everywhere. He's thinking about her when it comes to anything, even if it has nothing to do with her.
Yeah.
So that probably is who he was talking about earlier on, to be honest.
Do you think this woman is the dangerous animal?
Yes, I do. On to track number 7, Cornerstone. Seems more upbeat.
Bit of a acoustic.
I thought I saw you in the battleship, but it was only a look-alike. She was nothing but a vision trick. Under the warning light, she was close enough to be your ghost. But my chances turned to toast when I asked her if I could call her your name. No, you can't call me her name. Tell me where's her in the Cornerstone, on the phone to the middleman. When I saw that she was on her own, I thought she might understand. She was close, well you couldn't get much closer. She said I'm really not supposed to, but yes, you can call me anything you want.
Mad. Right, I feel like that one had quite a clear story
Yeah, for sure.
going on. He's going around talking to different women, asking if he can call her his ex's name, which is odd.
It's slightly weird, and the sniffing the seatbelt I do find slightly weird.
Yeah, so this has clearly been a tough breakup on the bloke.
Yeah, I don't think he's helping himself a lot. So
No,
quite
no.
the opposite.
This isn't what therapists would recommend.
No.
I would probably guess. But happy ending for him, I guess. Found her sister, so that's pretty close. And then she said, yeah, you can call me my sister's name. That's not weird. That's fine. So happy ending, I suppose.
Yeah.
But no, I did enjoy that song.
No, yeah, it was definitely probably the best song so far. Still didn't absolutely love it, but
No.
it had some more to it. And I think the main difference is they didn't try and go dark about it, even though the topic's still dark.
It was a bit. I think there was a bit of humour about this one.
Yeah, exactly, and that's when they're at their best. I think.
Yeah.
Just when it's a bit more lighthearted, even if the situation isn't, if they describe it in a way that it is, I think that's where they get the connection with the fans. Really,
Yeah.
just those little relatable things. Not that I can relate to the whole storyline itself, but just the little things that they put in there. You know,
I've not gone around being a seatbelt sniffer.
just like the way they, toast, battleship, like just all these little things that they put into the lyrics, just to just connect you to them in some way.
Yeah, all these like different pubs as well in the battleship,
Yeah.
in the Rusty Hook.
Yeah, exactly. It's very relatable for anyone from the UK, and I think that's where they hit hardest. And I did like when the guitars came in towards the end.
Yeah.
It picked up a bit.
I enjoyed the acoustic
Yeah.
guitar as well. That was a nice little change up.
Mm. On to track number 8, Dance Little Liar.
I heard the truth was built to bend, a mechanism to suspend. The guilt is what you will require, and still you've got to dance, little liar. Just like those fibs to pop and fizz, and you'll be forced to take that awful quiz, and you're bound to trip, and she'll detect the friction on your lips and dig a contradiction. And the clearing coming will hurt, and you can never get it spotless when there's dirt beneath the dirt. The liar takes a lot less time. The liar takes a lot less time to decide on the saunter. Have you got itchy bones? And in all your time alone, can you whack your mind's being riddled with the wrong memories? Between the
Alright, yeah, what was your opinions on that track to start us off?
It was better for me. It was better. I liked the little sort of weird distorted guitar at the start, and I liked the sort of drum solos. I guess when the well, it's not really a drum solo because it kind of just carried on the beat. But when the drum was like by itself,
Yeah, no.
interesting. I've not really heard them do that before, so that's nice little something new from them.
Yeah, and a bit of distortion on the vocals as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this one pulled off the sort of dark, edgy feeling a bit better.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 100%. And I like the instrumental break. I think still they could have picked up a bit earlier because it was about 3 whole minutes. So I noticed until they picked up the tempo.
It was a long song
bridge
that felt like a long song.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. But better still in terms of getting across the theme, I think, through the music. It seems more cohesive, but still could be a bit more engaging for sure.
Yeah. Definitely.
On to the next track, track number 9, Pretty Visitors. Sounds quite haunting.
What instrument is this?
Trudging through the morning, the tramp with a trampoline under his arm. Shift past your whiskers, so starting to jam. What the barking alarm waits coiled till the corner is turned. And the bicycle wheels all struggle to move round in your muddy mind. Blatantly caked on and willing to wind. And cooperative time, so we sit on the springs till the mud goes dry. The shadow of a snake tent on the shadow of a snake pit on the wall.
I feel like that was more reminiscent of their first album, really.
Yeah, I'd agree, yeah. Obviously not all the songs, but yeah, the ones that were more sort of heavy. Definitely see some relations.
In the verses, I found it.
Yeah, just a lot faster as well, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this was the most intentionally, like, dark instrumental for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like a spooky organ, like spooky church vibe.
Yeah, and then that, like, distorted, heavy bass.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this song did what a lot of the songs earlier in the album were trying to do, but it did it definitely more.
Yeah.
More decisively, I'd say, is the word.
Yeah, a bit more emotive singing, I feel like.
Yeah.
More emphasis, more like, you know, trying to convey emotion through his voice, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
obviously.
for sure.
And yeah, there's a couple bars in there that made me laugh, like what came first, a chicken, a dickhead. Caught me off guard a bit. I found that funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, that might just be me being a bit childish. I like hearing dickhead in a song.
Yeah. And you don't hear it often in songs.
No. You don't get that from like American bands, really.
I mean, they just don't really use those words as much, really.
No,
so
exactly.
That's
why I like it.
That's why Arctic Monkeys can connect like they can with UK fans.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on to the ultimate track.
He loves that word.
The Jeweler's Hands. It's like that Mexican guitar.
Yeah.
The logic of the trance quickly reaches and grasps. Handsome and faceless and weightless, your imagination
a bit disappointing really, because normally the Arctic Monkeys are very strong in their outros.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was quite for a 5-minute 50-second song.
Basically 6 minutes. Yeah.
Didn't really change much at all.
Yeah, it could have easily done within 2.5-3 minutes. Like,
yeah.
If I'm being totally brutal, but
so it's sad to end on a negative note again. But I feel like I've got to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I guess that leads us on to just the album as a whole, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. Here's what I thought. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, I feel like it's, to be honest, it hurts to say because I do love the Arctic Monkeys. This album's one of the worst things that I think music can be, which is it's just a bit boring, to be honest. Not really much like to grab your ears at all throughout. There's not really a song that I'm like, I can't wait to listen to that song again. So there's not a lot bringing me back to this album. Like, because it might have been that I've caught the album at a bad time. You know, I'm not in the best mood to listen to this music, because that is a factor. Obviously, like, you know, you play Blonde at a party, obviously everyone's going to think it's shit. But you got to listen to music at the right time, basically, and this might just be the wrong time. But really, there's nothing too redeeming. So I'll be interested in the comments on this one for all the people that were asking for Humbug in the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what we missed in it. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, and like, where do you place it in terms of just comparing it to their other albums as well? But yeah, no, I'd have to agree. I think it was trying to be different, and like, you have to credit that, because as I said earlier, it'd be worse if they weren't even trying to do anything new, and it wasn't hitting. But at least they tried something different. But definitely missed the mark, in my opinion.
Same. Yeah, I feel like it's interesting, like, the perspective that we've got, where we can see where they've started and we can see where they are now, and it's like, how did they get there? You can see this was clearly a step in that direction, but it just kind of...
And it might even be a step back. Well, I mean, it is probably a step back for another 2 steps forward, for example.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's the only way to move forward. You can't always take that first step in the right direction necessarily, but at least it's a step. And that's the main point. But yeah, there was some small moments on this that I enjoyed, I think. Can't over-exaggerate that, though. Definitely not many, but... Yeah, I mean... It was very dark throughout, theme-wise. And I think maybe that plays into it as well, because I think it's hard to enjoy a whole album of dark music for someone who comes from the sort of music I usually used to listen to, like a lot of hip-hop, and much of which is quite upbeat, for example.
Yeah.
And I just really enjoy really melodic music. So I think for me it's also probably just personal bias as well, just in terms of my music taste, just kind of accentuates my opinions on it. Because it was a lot of just bass and drums, and only towards the end of some tracks a more melody came in, and even with Alex's delivery it wasn't too melodic, it wasn't too much range or harmony or melody. So yeah, I think those things definitely play into it for me as well.
I feel like the whole thing just lacks a bit of like passion, which is a mean thing to say, really, because I don't think they were trying to phone it in.
No.
You know? But it sounds like they phoned it in. So I guess number time. What number are you giving it?
I don't want to be a cop out and ask for you to say yours first.
I don't mind. I would describe this as sort of like below average to bad. So it's probably gonna have to get, like, it's not awful. Like, I'm not gonna give it a 1 or a 2, but it's probably gonna have to get a 3.
That's pretty much exactly where I'm at as well.
Yeah.
I think a 4 would be kind, and I know that seems horrible to say. But
yeah, I would say it's worse than below average.
Yeah.
So I'd have to say it's a 3.
Yeah. I think we're agreeing on that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, also let us know what you would rate it if you were one of the people who recommended it. Yeah,
and tell us if you feel like we've missed out certain aspects that would help us see it in a different light as well, because I'd love to enjoy more Arctic Monkeys music, but...
Yeah, of course.
As it stands, I don't see myself really enjoying this one.
Yeah. Well, we've been honest.
Yeah.
And if you hated it as a result, dislike the video. Yeah. If you appreciated the honesty, give it a like. If you agree as well, let us know why. And likewise with Disagree. And yeah, subscribe if you enjoy our videos and want more.
Yeah.
And yeah, let us know if you want to go to the next album
Suck It and See.
or go straight to
AM.
That's kind of the two things we're juggling between now. But
Yeah.
it's only one more album before then, so if it's one you'd like to see, then let us know. Anyway, see you in a bit.
Peace.